Welcome to my channel Immigrate Abroad. I am Sunil Raj and today I'll be talking about proof of funds for Canada Express Entry immigration program. In this video I'll explain what is proof of funds and why is it required. What are the minimum proof of funds requirements to qualify for Express Entry. So stay tuned. I'll be posting tons of videos to help you in your Canada immigration process. So please subscribe and press the bell icon to receive notifications on upcoming videos. If you're moving to Canada from another country, you need to show you have enough money to settle in Canada to make a living until you find a job. So Immigration Canada does set a minimum requirement or minimum funds that you need to show them to qualify for Express Entry immigration program. This is usually enough funds for you, and if you're bringing any of your family member, that is needed to survive 6 months without a job. So this is a requirement for someone who is applying for Federal Skilled Worker Program or Federal Skilled Trades Program. For someone who is applying for a Canadian Experience class, they don't have to show a proof of funds. So how much money should you show for proof of funds? So it varies depending on the number of people who are coming to Canada. It's less for someone who's single and who's moving to Canada compared to someone who has a family, whether you and your spouse are moving or your spouse, and if you have kids, your kids are moving, then it is going to be more. During the launch of Express Entry, the minimum funds required were completely different. For a single person planning to move to Canada at that time was somewhere around $10,500. It has gone up over the years and it does keep changing. However, it's not frequent, but as of this video, the numbers that I'm showing you are current, but this can change. So I will provide a link in the description so that you can have a look whenever you come across this video, and whenever you plan to apply, you can go to this link and check that out. I'll also provide another link to a currency converter, which will help you to convert Canadian dollars into your local currency so you can arrange the necessary funds required to immigrate to Canada. Now, what are not accepted as proof of funds? This is something most people get confused with. They might have a property, like say you have a house, you have a land evaluation, you have a vehicle evaluation, you can't use any of them. If you have some kind of a long-term investment that's locked in, say if you have invested and it's locked in for 10 years, 20 years, which you can't break out of the term contract, you can't use that money. If you're coming from India, you can't use public provident fund if you have one. If you have a joint account with your family member, like say your parents or your brothers or your cousins or even with your friends, you can't use that money. Now, what document or what is accepted as proof of funds? If you have a savings bank account, it is in your name and nobody else's name, and you're the sole owner of that bank account, then you can use that to show as proof of funds. However, that account should have enough money, or you can show multiple accounts, or if you have a fixed deposit in the same bank, you have to provide that account. If you have a recurring deposit account, you have to provide that. If you have an employee provident fund through your employer, or to add to your existing savings account to show you have proof of funds. If you have some kind of a mutual fund or you have stock investments, as long as you're trying to sell all those mutual funds and get the cash, liquidate your mutual funds, you can use that. If you're bringing your spouse to Canada, or if you're adding your spouse to your immigration profile, and if your spouse happens to have an account, a bank account, and you both have a joint bank account, you can use that to show proof of funds. If you don't have a joint account with your spouse, but your spouse has a bank account, then you need to provide some kind of a proof or a letter or an affidavit that you have access to your spouse's bank account and you can use that money when needed. There are other ways as well. You might have a property, however you can't use the evaluation of the property, but if you sell your property, say you completely decided to move to Canada and you want to get rid of your property, your vehicle or your jewelry, you need to provide proof where the money came from to your bank account if it is within the 6 months of applying for visa. So like say you received an ITA and you started selling your property, then you need to show where this money is coming from. You need to have a bill of sale or some kind of a legal document that says that you have sold this property and you are receiving this much amount of money. After paying taxes, this is what you have left, and you're depositing that money into your savings bank account. Same with your vehicle sale as well. So if you're getting rid of your car, same process, you need to have a bill of sale. Let me explain what document are accepted as proof of funds. So this has to be an official document or an official letter. This document should include the contact address of the branch or the branch manager, whoever is providing you the letter. It should also include the telephone number and the email address of the person who is giving you this letter. It should include your full name, the exact name that you are including in your immigration profile. It should list out any of the outstanding debts like credit card debt or any loan that you have attached to this particular account that you are showing as proof of funds. It should mention the account number. If you have an investment account, then the bank should mention the account numbers of that account as well. It should mention the date each account was opened, and it should mention the current balance of each account. It should also provide 6 months worth of bank statement to prove that you have sufficient funds. These are all the acceptable documents that you can provide. Once you receive your ITA, you should not touch that bank account whichever you are showing as proof of funds. As long as you have sufficient funds, you can deposit money, you can pay your bills. When I was applying for Express Entry, by the time I received ITA, the funds required at that time for a single person was somewhere around 11,500. And as soon as I received ITA, started running around getting documents, by the time I tried to arrange funds, they had made some changes to the proof of funds and they had increased it to $12,000. You never know when they might increase the funds, so try to get as much funds as possible, more than whatever it says, maybe $1,000 more than what it says, so that you have enough room for any changes done by Immigration Canada, as well as room for any fluctuations in currency exchange. I hope this video was useful to you. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button, share this video and comment below. Make sure to subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon so you receive notifications on upcoming videos. Thanks for watching.